So earnest money's in, inspections are done, appraisal's done, everything seems done, but when do I get my keys? Hey there, Matt Farnham here, back with another episode of Real Life at Level 10, where we discuss insights of real estate, leadership, and personal growth. So, a question that I get quite often is from buyers who have, deposited their earnest money, home inspection's done, the appraisal's been completed, the loan is approved, but when do I get my keys? They just want to understand when they get the keys. That's what every buyer wants. But what I've learned to be true is it's different in a lot of states across the country. There's many states where there's attorney states where attorneys are doing like a round table closing where the buyer's there, the seller's there, everybody signs documents and keys are slid across the table, and then you own the home when you leave, and there you go. So I'm just going to speak to Southern Nevada where our market is. I'm in the Las Vegas Henderson area, and it's a bit different here than other parts of the country. So yes, you've got the earnest money in, you've got the home inspection appraisal completed, but what is that last kind of week or two look like in the transaction? So the first thing that's going to have to happen is if you're financing, the lender's going to have to issue what's called a closing disclosure. Now, ideally when this happens, the loan has been fully approved and they issue what's called the CD. The buyer needs to acknowledge that CD. Typically that's done digitally. And if you as the buyer acknowledge that CD on a Monday, for example, you have to wait 4 days before you can sign your loan documents at the title company. So that'd be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday's the first day that a buyer could go to the title company and actually sign your closing documents and loan documents. So that's the next step, is going to be signing. Now, a lot of people call this, I'm going to closing. We don't typically talk that way in the Las Vegas area because closing would typically be when you actually get your keys. So we call it your signing appointment. So after you have done the CD, 4 days later you can go sign, and your signing appointment is going to be where you're signing your life away, all those loan documents and the deed and everything else that title needs. And the seller's doing the same thing as well behind the scenes. They're also signing their closing documents. And then after you've signed everything, then it moves to what's called funding. So there's two parts to funding. Number one, your cash to close. If you're a home buyer, you need your closing funds. That's your down payment and closing costs that you owe. And then of course the lender needs to fund the loan. That's the bigger part. So if you're borrowing 80% of the purchase price or 90% of the purchase price, that amount of money the lender is giving you or loaning you needs to be funded. They need to then receive all those loan documents back that you've signed. They're going to review them, and then once they are good with everything, they'll fund the loan, and then they will wire transfer that 80%, 90%, so that could be a few $100,000 that they're wiring to the title company. And once title has received all of the funds from you, all of the funds from the lender, all of the signed documents from yourself and the seller and whatever they need from the realtors and all that type of stuff, they have everything they need. Now they can record. So then the next step is here in Southern Nevada, they will then send everything to the county for recording. And once it has officially recorded with the county, we are closed. That's closing in our market. When everything's officially recorded, the title company will then notify all parties, typically the realtors involved, the listing agent and the selling agent, that has officially recorded the county. Now you as the buyer officially own the home and can go to your new property that you now own and get those keys and get in your property. So that is closing in our market. A couple common questions that we get all the time from a buyer might be, yeah, but I've already signed everything. Why can't I get my keys? So hopefully you understand the process better now. And sellers, a very fair question they say is, wait a minute, I need to move out of my house before I have the cash in the bank, before we're officially closed? And yes, that's how it works. Unless you have some type of post-occupancy agreement or lease back in place, you will be vacating the property because you need to be out at the moment it records at the county, because that buyer has the right to come access their home. So there's so many questions you could probably have around this topic. If you do, please reach out to us. We'd love to get those questions or comments so we can answer those for you, or maybe use your questions for future content, for future episodes. So again, this is Real Life at Level 10. I ask that you subscribe or follow this content. You can do so on YouTube or on podcast for iTunes or Google Play. And just remember, whatever it is you do, whatever it is you're walking through, do it at a level 10 and live with the results. This episode was filmed at our Team Farnham listing at 3206 Porta Vittorio in West Henderson. For more information on this home or to schedule your private showing, click the website below.